Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Pit Stop Scale Model Garage video. Hi, I'm Vinny and I will be your host. I decided to jump into Link's Show and Tell Wednesday nights, or Wednesday night show and tell, however it is. I'm not sure. I tried looking for his video and I couldn't find it, so yeah. Anyhow, my second hobby, or actually my first hobby before I got into this community, was model railroading. And I did a specific railroad, which is the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, or as many of you might see on the rails today, would be BNSF. They are orange and black locomotives. And I chose that because here in Phoenix, where I live, that is the main railroad. And so I do what they call a prototype layout, which means I try to copy the 1-to-1 in my scale. My scale is 1/160th. So they're pretty small. If you guys think you have problems with windshield wipers and stuff like that, gauges and all kinds of stuff like that on the interiors of our cars, try working on one of these guys. Anyhow, I've been doing this for about 30 years. I've been in this house for 11 years, and I started the layout. When I got the keys to this house, it was the day I started working on this layout. And it got to a point at my age that it was just getting way too much to maintain. It was in 2 separate rooms, connected through the wall. Yeah, through the wall. I cut holes in the wall in my house. But I still had to walk around this wall to go from one room to the other to do whatever I was doing. So I started doing a home renovation video a while ago, and the one room that I'm going to show you a clip of today, in this video I'm going to show you a clip of, all of that is gone now. So what I have left is in room number 2, what I called room number 2, which is actually the den of this house. That's the rest of that layout is going to get torn down because I want to finish the floor in that room, and I can't do it because the legs of the layout are on the floor, and there's no way I could do a floor with that in there. Anyhow, my layout's going to get redesigned, rebuilt, hopefully at the beginning of next year. Anyhow, with that being said, I want you guys to check this out. I'll show you the scale difference in the locomotives versus our scale cars. Okay, so as you can see, these are the smaller of the actual locomotives. These are the GP series. And as you can see, they're about 4 3/4 inches long. Now these locomotives are 1/160th, like I had mentioned, but let me show you the size difference here. Here's one of our cars. So this is a 1/25th scale. The scale in model trains that comes close to this is called G scale. And that is 1/122nd scale, which actually 1/124th scale would be closer. But you could get away with the 1/25th scale cars in there. These locomotives are made, actually none of them made here in America. They're all made overseas. The ones that I purchase are one of 2 brands. I either get a Japanese brand or an American brand, one American brand, which is called Atlas, and the Japanese brand is called Kato, K-A-T-O. They are both good locomotives. They run very well. What you got to be concerned about with these guys is how many cars can they pull. There is a National Model Railroad Association that gives you um, uh, specific rules if you wanted to take these locomotives to a show and run them on somebody else's layout. They have to conform to certain rules, which is the cars, the rail cars, depending on what length they are, have to be a certain weight. So the locomotive has to be able to pull X amount of cars. And these guys right here, these three, by themselves can pull about 12 cars, which is not bad because each car is about, I think, an ounce and a half, 2 ounces. I don't remember the exact thing, but it sounds like a little bit. But when you put 10 or 12 of them together, it's quite a bit for these guys to pull, especially if they're going up a small grade. Anyhow, let's see what I'm going to do here. So basically, these locomotives, as small as they are, have computer chips in them. Yeah, computer chips. And what that computer chip allows me to do is, first of all, I can adjust the speed, how fast I want it to go. I can actually program the locomotive to do certain things like lights, bright, dim, how fast the locomotive goes. And these locomotives, believe it or not, have sound. The sound is like reproduces the diesel engine, reproduces the horn, the bell, and a lot of other functions like air brake release and all kinds of different stuff. Out of the box with no chip, these locomotives are over $100. To let you know, I have about 35 locomotives. And that seemed like a lot, but what I used to do is I would take one or two, like let's say I take these three and I run them on the layout, blah, 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 blah. Then I'll take them off the layout and put other locomotives on to take the train that they just brought to this place and bring it back to this place. My layout was called a point-to-point. What that means is it started in Phoenix and went all the way through what they call the Peavine subdivision up to a town called Ash Fork. And Ash Fork is where you would get, if it was a passenger train, you would get off there and you would catch a short drive to where you can get the train that goes to the Grand Canyon. So it's very accessible. And I hear at this point that they are going to be putting Amtrak back into Phoenix. So we'll see. That's a rumor I heard. I don't know how true that's going to be. Anyhow, I think I have given you enough information right now. So I'm going to take you and show you this little run session that we call a run session. And you may hear the terminology of me saying turnout. Now a turnout, if you don't know what it means, is most commonly known as a switch track, where it takes the train and diverts it into another track and so on and so forth. So I have my buddy Dave Schenkel with me. He's going to be doing the engineering and I'm going to be doing the camera work. You're going to see different angles because when I was doing live streams on my other channel, I would actually show the layout with different, I think I had about 7 or 8 cameras going on. Anyhow, let's get to the video and then I'll talk to you when it's done. We'll be back in a few. Okay, boys and girls, I'll give you a rundown of what the industries are here, and they are all very prototypical industries. Down on the bottom here, you have Fertizona, and they receive tank cars and hopper cars with the materials they need to make fertilizer. They keep all the golf courses here in Phoenix very green. On top of that, the next industry up is Western Refining. They get tank cars and they do oil processing, I think to make antifreeze or coolant or whatever you want, and plus other types of greases and stuff like that. And then finally up on the top, the blue building up there, that's called Mariani. They get hoppers and tankers also, but they get sugar products, both liquid and dry sugar products, and they supply the necessary stuff for making sugar products. So hang on, we'll get to the layout right now and we'll see what's going on. So this is the first train coming in, as you can see, and it's two of the ones I just showed you. So anyhow, I'm going to quit talking right now and we'll get to the rest of the video. Be right back. Got your turn all set?
No, that's why I got that. There.
Yeah, it'll be a lot easier once I get the ground throws installed. But that one that you're doing right now, it seems that it stays in position.
Yeah, without the ground.
Yeah, but the second one you may have to hold. You can put them in whichever way you want to put them in.
There we go.
Front track is always track 1. Then second track will be track 2. So whatever you want to do.
Okay. So on that one. Oops. Okay.
Make sure you hit the reverse.
Yep. Otherwise, I'd just tie right back into it again.
Now this one, you go back into this, you may have to hold that turn out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do that. Where's the light?
You should hold it with the screwdriver or the coupling stick. So your fingers don't get in the way. Alright folks, this was operations number 1 with my new turnouts installed, and Dave Schenkel has been the engineer here today. And we're not finished yet, we've got to park these locomotives somewhere. So let me think of where we're going to put it. I think when you pull out, go onto the outside track and just park it there before the road. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, when you back out of that track, then go forward straight and then park it right on when you pass that turnout. Yeah, stop there. Come forward and just park between that turnout and the road.
There we go. Oops. Okay.
The other
Gotta remember the other direction there, dummy.
All right there. That's good. Okay, boys and girls, what you had just witnessed was a operations on my layout. We were switching out or switching into Paramount Petroleum, and they get raw crude oil and they process it into whatever. It's a big plant. My rendition of it does it no justice. I need 3 or 4 times the space that I have for that particular industry. Anyhow, what you see in that entire scene is no longer there. That's all gone. That is now turned into another bedroom. So if I have guests come over, they have a place to stay. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will do more of these Wednesday night dealies when I start working on the layout, tearing it down and showing you right now its present stage, which is a total disaster. I tell you, it was like it became a catch-all room is what it became. Everything that we took out of all of these different rooms went into that room. We'll get to it. Well, anyhow, I'm also thinking about putting a shed in my backyard so I can put some of this stuff in storage and don't worry about space. Anyhow, with all that being said, hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. Pit stop scale model garage out for now. Toodles!